In this video, I'm going to share with you the best back exercise that you're not doing, and we're starting right now. Yo, what's going on? It's Thomas from RohmerFitness, and when it comes to back exercises, what do you typically think of? Probably things like pull-ups, maybe some type of row, like a cable row or a bent over row or something like that. But an exercise that it's kind of been lost. It's kind of been forgotten about. I've never really seen too many guys doing this in the gym. It's the inverted row. This is such a great killer back exercise that a lot of people are no longer doing, and they should be doing it. So let me share with you my top reasons why I love this exercise so much. The first one is that it allows you to progress into pull-ups easier. So if you can't do a full body weight chin-up or pull-up yet, starting with the inverted row is going to be a great way to help you progress up to your very first pull-up. This is because the gravity is not acting on your body as much in an inverted row as it is on a pull-up, but the inverted row is still going to be working on the lat muscles and help build up strength in the lats to help you progress into a full range of motion pull-up. So it's a great exercise for beginners. Now, granted, it's not just for beginners, so don't worry, I'm going to share with you how you can make the exercise harder as well if you're thinking it's a little bit too easy for you right now. Now, the second reason why I like it so much is because it is a horizontal pulling exercise. So if you're anything like me, early on in my lifting career, I primarily did a lot of pressing movements. I was doing bench presses all the time and push-ups, and I would tend to neglect my back muscles, and I have this sort of rounded over shoulder look that I need to work on correcting. So really and truly, horizontal pulling movements have sort of become a lost art. At a minimum, you want at least one pulling exercise for each pressing exercise that you're doing. So for example, if you're doing a vertical press movement like a shoulder press, you want to match that with a vertical pulling movement such as a pull-up. And if you're doing a bench press, which is a horizontal pushing exercise, you want to match that with a horizontal pulling exercise. So that would be like a bent over row, or in this case, an inverted row, something like that. The case in point is too many guys are not incorporating enough horizontal pulling exercises in their workout routine. So this is another great way to incorporate more horizontal pulling exercises into your routine, exercises that will retract the scapula and help to correct any shoulder imbalances that you might have and correct a rounding of the shoulder look you might have accumulated over time by doing too many pressing movements without enough pulling exercises to counteract them. Now, my third reason is because it is a closed chain exercise. So what's a closed chain exercise versus an open chain exercise? A closed chain exercise is where your hands are fixed and your body moves through space. So think of something like a push-up, for example, or in this case, an inverted row. And an open chain exercise is an exercise where your body stays fixed and your hands or your elbows are moving through space. So think a bent over row, for example, or a bench press. Your body is staying stabilized, but your arms are moving through space to complete the movement. Now, why is it that these closed chain exercises are so much better? Well, they activate a lot more core, and they activate more muscle fibers typically, and they just require more effort in general to complete the movement. So they're a little bit more challenging. However, in cases like push-ups and in this case inverted row, typically they are going to be the body weight movements, and they can be a little easy at times. So we do have to find ways to progressively overload them and make them harder. So again, stick around. I'm going to share with you how you can do that. And then my fourth and final reason why I love the inverted row is because it's very safe on the back, on the lower back. So if you're doing an exercise like a bent over row, for example, and you don't have proper form or you don't have proper technique, you could be putting too much torque on your lower back if you're not doing the exercise correctly, and you could strain it or pull a muscle in your lower back. So with the inverted row, you're going to be in a position where your lower back is much safer. Now, how exactly can you go about progressing with the inverted row? Well, the first thing for beginners you want to do is you want to set the bar up in a squat rack or wherever it is that you're going to be doing the exercise. You want the bar to be at about your hand's length. So when your hand is just resting by your side, that's about where you want the bar to be. Now, the easiest way to do this is to tuck your knees up and perform the exercise from there. Now, once that becomes too easy, once you could complete 10 reps, 10 plus reps, 15 reps in a row of that exercise, you're ready to progress on to the next one, which is simply just going to be having your legs straight out. So this is going to make gravity work a little bit harder against you. It's going to challenge you a little bit more and make the exercise a little bit harder. Now, once you have your legs straight out and that becomes too easy and you can easily complete 15 reps of that exercise in a row, the next thing you're going to want to do is put your feet up on a bench. So again, just elevating the legs up a little bit higher this time, keeping them straight out, and that is going to be another really good way to challenge the exercise. Now from there, what you can do is you can add a weight vest if you want to and complete those progressions again with a weight vest on, or you can do what I'm about to show you here, which is doing it one arm at a time. Now, this, you can kind of see me struggling here, but this is a very challenging exercise because your whole core is going to be activated to stabilize the other side of your body. And then, once again, you can go through the whole progression with doing it one arm at a time. So you can have your legs bent at 90 degrees with one arm, and then you can make them go straight out, and then you can put your legs on a bench, and then finally you can do weighted one arm inverted rows, and that is going to be very, very challenging. So don't tell yourself that it's just an easy exercise and to forget about it. That would be a mistake, because you can certainly make this exercise very, very challenging. So if you're just doing too many pressing movements and you need to balance that out, definitely incorporate the inverted row. It's a great exercise, and it's just sort of a lost exercise. It's a forgotten exercise. Not enough people are doing it, and they really should be. So be sure to give that exercise a try in your next workout. Typically, I like to do around 3 sets, around 10 reps with this exercise, and it's going to be a great killer for you to really work the back muscles and strengthen them up. And if you like the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also, while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting new, fresh content each and every day. So if you want to stay up to date with my latest content, be sure to subscribe. And other than that, I will be talking to you next time. Peace.